Secret documents show how North Korea launders money through U.S. banks.
Here's a summary of the article.
North Korea carried out an elaborate money laundering scheme for years using a string of shell companies and help from Chinese firms, moving money through prominent banks in New York, according to confidential bank documents reviewed by NBC News. The suspected laundering by North Korea-linked organizations amounted to more than $174.8 million over a period of several years, with transactions cleared through U.S. banks, including J.P. Morgan and the Bank of New York Mellon, according to the documents. In one case, the bank documents convey in unprecedented detail how the chief of a firm in Dandong, a Chinese city on the North Korea border, conducted apparent money laundering even as she made no secret of her business dealings with the North. Tracking news coverage is a standard tool for banks trying to prevent money laundering, and the media accounts should have provided additional warning signs for the Bank of New York Mellon, said Barrow and other experts. The bank said it had previously flagged those companies in its own suspicious activity reports for sending funds to North Korea. A key to much of the money laundering described in the documents involves correspondent banking, when a financial firm like Bank of New York Mellon or J.P. Morgan provides services to a foreign bank for currency exchange or other transactions. In recent years, partly because of aggressive U.S. sanctions, Western banks have become more vigilant about scrutinizing transfers and requiring more information from foreign banks, according to Lorber and other former Treasury Department officials.
This post received a score of 30,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
To the surprise of absolutely no one. Deutsche and Epstein, HSBC and the Mexican cartels. The debauchery continues, and as long as the SEC and Wall Street have revolving doors at the highest levels, it will always be this way.
I remember when HSBC got busted laundering money for the cartels, the government fined them less money than they made working for the cartels. The message was loud and clear: it pays to break the law.
100% this. I always come back to this about the former CEO of Goldman Sachs. You put Lloyd Blankfein in pound me in the ass prison for 1 6-month term, and all this bullshit would stop, all over Wall Street, says a former congressional aide. That's all it would take, just once.
Goldman Sachs has constantly been in one mess or another. In Malaysia, here, what penalty do they get? Nothing.
Plus, wasn't one of J.P. Morgan's cargoes were caught with $1 billion worth of cocaine? Banks are just partners with cartels now at this point, it seems.
Were they? If so, I guess it's not surprising that cocaine distribution is quietly folded into the ultra-wealthy's supply chain, since it's logistically sent somewhere to fuel their million-dollar ideas. It's just bullshit when they keep insisting that pot kills and hemp is clearly not useful. I mean, really? I know it's to appease the religiously ignorant and plastics companies, but at this point, why keep pretending?
It was, but if I remember correctly, the bank owned the ship but leased it out to another company that used it for transport. I mean, I'm not saying there was no chance they had their hands in the pot, just less likely. No, it wasn't pot, it was cocaine.
North Korea isn't the issue. A better headline might be, secret documents show how U.S. banks helped North Korea launder money.
Exactly, two are needed for a transaction.
Why would North Korea have to launder money? Who's checking their taxes?
Because there is a nearly global sanctions on North Korea. You try and move anything legit, it will get denied instantly because of the sanctions, hence the money laundering to clean the money of this sanction.
Indeed, NK is so poor that they run lots of scams. For a while they'd go to different insurers and get insurance against natural disasters. They'd then claim they'd had the appropriate natural disaster and claim the insurance money. Because of the secretive nature of NK, it was impossible for the insurers to investigate. Greater than Indeed, NK is so poor that they run lots of scams. Tons of currency counterfeiting, IIRC. Mostly USD but also euros, yen, whatever.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.